About the age of about 12, I think I realized I enjoy both genders. Society tells you to pick one, pick a side. Oh, you're not really bisexual, you are actually just gay, and you use bisexuality to come out of the closet slowly and comfortably. And I can understand that concept, and I think even some guys do that. However, later on in life, I've come to realize it's not that I had to pick a side. It wasn't that I needed to slowly come out, so I chose bisexuality first. I just have always been bisexual, and I realize now I don't really have to pick a side. And so I've been expressing my interest in women these last few years, and I just never think I need to tell women I'm bisexual. The reason why I don't tell them this is because, well, one, I'm never asked. It's not like I'm ever asked this question. Oh, are you bisexual? What's your sexuality? Never asked it. If I was asked, would I tell them? I'd be trepidatious, I think that's the word, or nervous to tell them, but I'd be more inclined to tell them. It's just I'm never really asked. When I'm out at a function, at a heterosexual function, you could say, a woman approaches, a lot of the times women approach me. Oh, I don't want to sound like that dude or whatever, but a lot of the times my interactions with women, it's because they approach me and they are interested in me, or a friend of theirs approaches me to talk to them, and I talk to them. The questioning is never in line of, are you gay? Are you bisexual? They can start asking the question more. They never ask it, so I never feel the need to say it. And I never feel the need to say it just because when I'm pursuing you, or when I'm interested in you, I'm interested in you. And I know what that bit of information does. It changes the whole perspective and the whole perception. And at the end of the day, I'm not really trying to get into long-term relationships. That's the other thing. I'm more of a hookup kind of guy. I'm more of the fun guy with everybody. Not with every human. I'm just saying with anyone I'm interacting with. There's nothing serious you're going to get from me. All you can get from me is really a good, fun time. And there's some people who are like that. That's how I am. Since I'm that kind of guy, I don't really feel the need to disclose all this information, especially because I'm not asked it. From my perspective, me being bisexual doesn't change anything. It doesn't change what I'm going to do with you. It doesn't change my level of attraction to you. All it changes is maybe what I'm personally interested in. So for me, it's a personal thing. For you, you're coming up to me, or I'm coming up to you, expressing interest. The questioning never arises. If women start existing in a world where they ask men, are you bisexual or gay, who they don't even suspect are bisexual or gay, then maybe I would be more inclined to answer and say yes. But we don't. They just assume I'm not, or they don't care to question. And so I just move forward. Here's the thing. People don't even ask their sexual health. They don't ask your sexual health. They don't ask your sexuality. They're just ready to go. There's a whole discourse going on, and it's about women being homophobic for not dating bisexual men. I'm not coming at it from that angle. I'm just coming at it from the angle of, well, I don't want you to look at me different, so I'm just going to not say it because me saying it, I'm still attracted to you, so I'm still going to pursue you. I know what it's going to do to your brain if I tell you this, and you're not going to be attracted to me. So yes, I do lie about that, and I will omit the information. I don't say it. I don't bring it up. Nobody asked me, so why am I going to say it? I don't necessarily think it makes women homophobic. I feel like that's very dramatic. I can see where people are coming from with that. With phobias in general, a lot of people come from the perspective of fear. They think arachnophobia. When you're scared of spiders, I mean, you're really scared of them. You're like jumping. You're like, oh shit, like, nah, get that away from me. I don't want to do no spider. You're like, okay. I get that. That's where a lot of people are coming from when they think phobia. People respond and they say, well, I'm not scared of gay people or bisexuals, or I'm not scared of fat people. So the term phobia throws people off. It's like, well, I'm not scared of that or disgusted by it. I just don't want to deal with them in my life. I can see, yeah, like I don't even consider homophobic. To me, if you're homophobic, you're gonna ask upfront, are you gay? Are you bisexual? I think women just, that's not their preference. And I also don't care. And I still go ahead and not tell them. And I feel like that's my right to do that. Now, if we live in a world where the questioning becomes normal, are you bisexual? Have you been with men before? And you ask me, well, that's a different thing to me. But omitting information, to me, it's a personal thing. Like, I don't care if you're bisexual, so I'm not asking. You don't care if I'm bisexual, clearly, because you're not asking, or you're assuming I'm not. And that's the problem. And I feel like that's a personal problem, you know? If that's an issue for you moving forward in your dating life, even if you don't suspect the person is, you should ask. But the reason I don't offer up the information is clearly they feel a type of way. They feel like it makes you less of a man. And I don't feel like I'm less of a man. So I'm not going to let your perception see me as less of a man. And that's just what it is. The thing about making this video is it's not really, I know people aren't going to like hearing this, but that's kind of just where I come from with it. Like, I understand it's morally gray. However, I know the perception of women towards bisexual men. They can't even fathom the existence of bisexual men, masculine men being bisexual, or like being attracted to men. They feel like you're just over here getting slutted out. And shit, I have before, but it doesn't change my attraction to women. It just doesn't. Like, I'm heavily attracted to women as well. And I just think it's my right to tell that information willingly or not. Now, if you come up to me and you ask me prior, before we go on a date, you send me a whole checklist of things, well, that's one thing. Now, there's lying by omission, and then there's just straight up lying. It's just like the STD thing. If they ask you if you have an STD, and you're just, or HIV, whether it's undetectable or not, now you're lying, just hardcore straight lying. To me, that's different. It's morally gray either way. It's just different though. One is more gray, one is more solid. Like, one is more black and white. What I can tell you is I tend to deal with women who I know if they did find this information about me out, they wouldn't completely flip out. They wouldn't make me feel like less than a human and less than a man. They probably would be like, wow, I'd really appreciate if you told me that, but I'm not gonna freaking banish you to the underworld. There's a certain demographic of women though who I'd steer away from, and normally they happen to be black women. I will say I have been with black women that are not like this, but there's a certain type of black women who normally have the baddie aesthetic, you know, who wear with lace fronts and stuff like that, who wouldn't like that, and they probably call the police, you know, and be like, arrest him. And those are the women I tend to steer clear from. Like, if I see you're a woman who, you know, you come from a certain place, you're a certain type of girl, or you only listen to a certain type of music, then I'd see like, okay, you're this type of person where even though I'm going to omit the information from you, if you did find this out, it can be dangerous for me because you're clearly going to feel a certain type of way. And I just find, I know there's white women who feel like this. I know there's Asian women who feel like this, but the women that I see get the most upset are black women from all across the black diaspora. They get the most upset. So yeah, I just don't tell them. They never ask me. I don't tell them. We have a good time. Have there been times they found out? Yes. That's another story, though. That's another conversation. Yeah, I think the thing is, if you feel like it's that much of your right to know, that's fine. Normalize asking, though. It's not normalized. Women come up to me, their friends come up to me for their friend. I go up to them, and everything's fine. It's never in the conversation. It's never a talking point. So why should I make it a talking point when I know I'm about to do you in regardless? Like we're about to have a good time. It's not going to change anything. You're going to enjoy it, hopefully. I'm going to enjoy it. I know that it's not going to change anything. It's more of like, I find it's a mental thing for them. People are bringing up the term patriarchy. I think that has to do with it. I don't know. I know some women are going to call me misogynistic. Some women are going to get called patriarchy police. You know, you're trying to make sure patriarchy is in line. I don't really know. I know we're in a patriarchy. You know, and I'm just here talking about this, but yeah, I don't tell women I'm bisexual. If you're attracted to me, I'm attracted to you. Let's have a good time. If if it starts becoming normalized where that's part of the line of questioning, I might adjust my tactic then. However, it's never part of the questioning. If you're gonna let me exist, well, I don't see why I have to say that. If I get tested, I'm very up to date with my tests, more than the average heterosexual man. I don't even want to say more than the average heterosexual woman, but definitely more than the average heterosexual man. I'm more up to date on my tests than them, you know? So if I know I'm good and I'm not going to bring anything to you, I feel morally clear because there has never been a questioning, there's never been a line of question. I don't need you to make me feel like I'm less than a man. One of the reasons I omit the information is because I know you're going to feel like I'm less of a man. I'm not going to be turned on if you feel like I'm less of a man. So I just let it be. I just don't see why I need to volunteer this information. I don't think any bisexual man has to volunteer that information. If they start asking, that's another conversation, though. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think.